Hey everybody, Gigi, Gwen. This is Wild Valkyrie Healing. This is here for the elemental energies for the week for the fire signs, including myself. I'm a fire. I'm an Aries, so there's that. Anyway, this is for the fire signs, so Aries, Sagittarius, and Leos. Sorry, Leos. I had to sit there for a second and remember which one it was. There's 12 of us. Sometimes it's hard to keep us straight. It'll get better in time, I promise. I know my fire signs. Anyway, this is general energy reading for the collective of the elementals. Remember that this is all given at the time it is given. When it resonates, it resonates. There's no set times in these things. I am sharing from my own personal insights, knowledge, learning, and understandings, as well as from divine guidance to help you guys move through this. If you do like my channel, sorry, I've been channeling for, this will be the 5th channel. I'm starting to get a little clear and runny. Anyway, this is going to be if you do like it, there we go, I remember where it's at. If you do like this, please feel free to hit like, subscribe, share, as well as comment. I do enjoy comments. I do like to know that I'm actually resonating and tagging and hitting with the soul tribe. It also allows me to learn and grow and become better for you all, so that way these messages come clear for you. Any insights, constructive criticism. You don't have to be mean and nasty. Just say, hey, by the way, have you thought about this way? Or this might work a little better. I'm totally game for that, okay? I don't mind adjusting things here and there. Again, I read how I read, but there could be things that maybe work a little better if I go a little different. I don't know unless I try, and I won't know unless you share. That's how that works, right? We fire signs know that. We like sharing our opinions. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump on into this, okay? First, fire signs. We're changing our fate. We're tired of the old ways. We're trying to make things switch. The fates see that. They see our hard work. They see what we're trying to move towards. This new idea, this new pursuit of being, okay? As well as our masculine. Our masculine is looking over at us like, yeah. That inner divine masculine sitting in his emperor is like, look at my feminine and go, that feminine side of me just powerhousing over here. I'm proud of her, right? Because we're trying to change. We're trying to create better. We're trying to make this happen. My feminine is going, all right, I heard you. Let's go do this. We can do this. That's our fire energy. Let's go. I can do it, right? That's how we work. Sometimes we don't think everything through. It's just fire. We get passionate, we get fiery, and boop, there we go. And all of a sudden we're like, especially Aries. I can't speak per se for the other two, but definitely for Aries, we'll run in head first, we'll smack something, and we'll be like, all right, maybe that didn't work as well as I thought it was going to be. Right? Been there, done that. I've seen a lot of Aries people do that. Sorry, hate to call this all out, but it's the truth. But we are working towards things. We are trying to create and do better. We're trying to find that balance within the 3D and the divine. Finding how to use our crafts, that skill of knowing for better. We want to create that union within ourselves, that unconditional love that fire signs ever gets so confused by us. Because they think we're just all like mean and nasty and we just want to burn everything. They don't understand that mean and nasty half the time, that's just our passion getting a little distorted. If you gave us the opportunity and just let that passion be, you might see something different. You ever seen that guy or that girl and they're just talking about something, right? And they're just like so like, right? And you're just like, wow. That's that passion. That's what runs within the fire energy. It's a passion, and when we love something, it's a deep, fiery, passionate love. So it sometimes gets a little crazy. because we don't know how to not do that. It's just part of being a fire sign. That passion just lives in us, okay? We can't help it. And when we get excited and we get happy and we're just like, hey, right? And we start sparking. And you've seen those people. There's just like this big aurora around them. There's just like that glow, especially Leos. When Leos are like in their element, you guys know what I'm talking about. When Sag are being Sages and flirting and having a great time and just being a Sag. Not to call you guys out, but you guys are big flirts. Don't get me, I'm not mad. My stepdad passed on, but he was a flirt. It was a weird connection. Most people would look at us like, that's how we were with each other. We just horse around and cause a whole lot of crap, and it's just who you guys are. But when you get with those people who accept you and just laugh with you, you're just like, really? And they're like, right? That's how the fire signs are, okay? When we love deep. We can't help it. This love, this new way that we're trying to get to, it's lighting us up because we are tired of being in that swamp. We are trying to pull ourselves out of that swamp. We see the light. We're trying to get out of that. We don't want to do this anymore. Again, we're trying to change our fates. We're like, I'm done. I've done that. I'm tired of that. That does not do me any. That kills. That kills a fire. Think about it. Water puts fire out. You get too far deep in that water, there went that fire. We're starting to see light. We're starting to be like, oh, I can feel that glow. Right? This is our sacral, or our solar plexus. This is like where all that comes from. That like happy gut, you know. This is where that glow comes from. If it's not, it's just like, right? We have to glow. Otherwise, we just don't do us very well. But when we are, and we start seeing that light, and that glow starts going, and we start changing this, and we start going through all this, and we find that love, and we re-spark that spark, we step in to our luxury. We step into that infinite beauty that just glows. And we just talk about this. When we all glow as a fire sign, yeah, glow. That should be a clue right there. When we're in our elements, people can't help but not notice. Because we just walk into a room, and even if we're not trying to, that head will go. Because it's that energy, that aura, that like, you know, just touches the whole room. That energetic field we all live within. They can't help but not. It's nothing against you. It's actually a great thing. It's a hard thing for us to understand as fire signs because we always get told to squash our fire, squash our passion. It's hard. It's really hard as a fire sign. And it's so not fair to do to a fire. To tell us to pull back, to diminish ourselves, to make you more comfortable. It's not okay. It's not okay to tell anybody. But definitely as fire signs, it is, for lack of a better word, it's death to us. Okay? But now it's time to heal. You've learned these. You're moving forward. You're letting those healing waters, again, changing that fate. You're letting those waters try to change. You're trying to help bring this in. Because you know, in your heart of heart, you know that's where you're supposed to be. Every time you get close to it, you're just like, oh, I feel good. Right? But then something comes along and it pulls you right back into that depth. And then you got to try to pull it back out. It's time to become us. It's time to embrace that fire. Hey, Leos. Royal Lions. Come show the rest of fire signs what it's like. Because you guys, you own this. The rest of us struggle a little bit with our fires on this. But Leos, when they're in their element, you know it. They are associated with the lion, okay? They associate to royalty. They move like royalty. All fire signs need to embrace this. We are our own kings and queens. We are our own emperor and empresses. We don't need anybody else to tell us or validate that. We know what we know. We're allowed to be who we are. We get to spark up and fire off whenever we want. That's part of this, okay? Do not, and I repeat, do not let anybody else pull that back away from you ever again. You're healing your heart. You're finding yourselves. You're moving forward. We just talked about them. We're finding our powers. We're roaring. Hi, Leos. We're showing everybody our power. We are now going to walk the rest, because this reading is different than the other three. We are going to show the rest how to move through. We're going to be the leaders that fire signs typically are. We're the ones that spark it. That's why we're fire. Recreate that spark. And then everybody else wants to follow it because, hey, ooh, that's warm. Let's go follow over there. Right? All the fire signs know that, because when you're glowing, all of a sudden you've got everybody around you and you're like, hi, can I help you? Why are you all around me? That's why you're glowing, you're warm. They want to be a part of it. They want to be warm. They're tired of feeling the other way. It's time for us to go forward. No more past. We live in the present to go forward. No more past. This has come out in every reading, one way or form. All of us are linked. Go back to the general. It's definitely discussed there. If you feel like you want to watch the other three, feel free to watch the other three. But I'm telling you, we are all linked in this. We are now seeing what we need to see. You now understand. The snakes have been revealed. Things are being exposed. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it means changes and shifts that we may have never thought we were going to have to do, or were we prepared for. But it's going to happen. And the reasons why, we may not know yet, but we will in time. Again, that time machine. We stay in the present to go forward. We can't go back, because then we have to get back to the present. You can look in the back. You can relearn a lesson. But that's all it is. You cannot live in the past. It's never going to take you anywhere. It's time to stay in the present, move forward with the fates to create the better. Because our possibilities are endless. We're working with the divine. This card came out in the original. This card came up. Working with the divine, bringing it in through our crown and our third eye, down to our heart, into our solar to our sacral, and down and so on. Okay? It's time for the fire energies to understand we are beyond what anybody else is ever going to understand. We are the most misunderstood, because they just can't grasp what fire is like. Just like we can't grasp water. A lot of people can't grasp water, I'm going to be real. I can, just because my Mercury's in Pisces, so I get that wishy-washiness. My moon is in Aries or Aquarius, and my rising is in Libra, so I get air as well. Earth I don't really have a lot of. So Earth and I typically have a little bit more conflicts with each other. And again, fire signs, Earth puts fire out. So there's a basic understanding of we are all beyond ordinary. We all have our own special gifts. You notice the different colors. They all represent earth, air, water, fire in one way, shape, or form. We all need to come back together in a union and quit letting things divide us. We need to embrace each other for who we are, as we are. No matter the good or the bad, we all have to come together and embrace. We are who we are. I am who I am, internally and externally. And you will find your people. I promise you. It's hard. It hurts. Because there's a lot of times we all feel alone on our paths. But we will find it. We will come to each other when it's time. We might have to figure out a different way across, because that bridge is broke. And once we start figuring that out, that there's other ways, we start to meet in the middle. It's a matter of finding and shifting that mindset to go back this way, to come over here. Okay? Okay? Quit sitting there staring at it going, well, that broke. What are we going to do? Right? And then all of a sudden it's take that step back and look around. Sometimes if you like lost an object and you can't find it, right? And you're like, I know it was here, and you couldn't find it, and you looked and you scavenged and you threw everything around, and all of a sudden it was like, hold on. Stepped away, did something else. You come back as you're walking back in. It's right there in your line of sight, right? It's because your mind was so focused here, it didn't quite look up in that little corner just above. That's what that means. You've got to shift that perspective. Awaken your knowing. You know this. You're having a great awakening. I'm right there with you guys. Oof. It's been heavy. But you're having an awakening. Sorry. Been a little rough for me as well as you guys lately. But you're having an awakening. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, they're all right here with us trying to walk forward. They're trying to guide us. You just got to learn to take that moment, take that step away, really look into this from a different perspective. Look from your higher self and not from that egotistical side of yourselves to see there's a different way of seeing this. The owl has great vision. They can look at very, like 180 each way, right? So they can pretty much turn their heads around. Imagine having that opportunity as a human to be able to actually, while you're in the thick of something, and see there's a different option right there. That's what that's teaching us, is to take that moment and do that. As soon as you do, as soon as you start embracing this, and as soon as you start embracing and loving who you are and being grateful for everything we walk through, here's the link back to the video. As soon as you start being grateful and start accepting everything, all of the part of the path that you walked, your gratitude will bring forth this love. You have to be grateful for everything, even the hard, deep, crappy crap. Okay? Because that deep, crappy crap is what helped to bring this. For you to open up and to discover how amazing you are. No matter if nobody else sees it, you know deep down you are freaking amazing. Don't let anybody else ever tell you different. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be a lover. I don't care. Don't ever let them tell you different. You know who you are. You know your path. If they ever walked your path, do you think they would make it through? Probably not. I'm going to be real. I'll tell you my path. Most people probably wouldn't make it to where I'm standing right now and still have the heart that I have. I've had a lot of people tell me that when I share it with them. They're like, how are you still the person you are? Because I didn't let that define me. Honestly. I did not let those things define me. I had my moment that I did. But then I had to move forward. Because you can only stay in that for so long before it goes, right? Time to start writing your stories, babies. Time to start showing the world, because again, we're the leaders. It's time to start showing the rest of them how we do this. What most people don't realize is the fire signs go through so much that they will never understand. Look past what you feel. Open that big heart that fires all have. See with that different vision that we have. Find that creative change and start making it happen. Because as we make that shift happen, the rest of them will follow suit. This is going to be a little rocky. But I'm right here with you guys walking through this one, for sure. Again, friggin' fire. Aries sign over here. I'm going to be right here walking with you guys on this. Anytime you feel like you're feeling a little lost or stuck, need a little guidance past it, or you just need an ear, please feel free to reach out. I'm here any moment that I can possibly be here, especially for my soul tribe. Okay? I love you all. We're going to get through it. And again, if you do like my readings, you want to be part of the group, please feel free to hit like, subscribe, share, and comment. And I will see you guys all later. Okay? Okay? Much love. I'm going to send all your way and go ahead and close this on out. Take care.